Becoming an Ohio State student meant learning an entire new culture of academia. I was suddenly surrounded by students of all backgrounds, pursuing all kinds of undergraduate and graduate degrees alike. The hints of English academia that I'd loved so much in high school flourished in college, and I was overwhelmed with how much knowledge was available at an arm's length. The classrooms were an open terrain of student discussion, and the relationship between teacher and student seemed different. If the relationship between the two in high school had been a dictator and their followers, then the college classroom experience was more like a book reading attended by devoted fans. The professors were hard in their expectations, but their level of knowledge earned them a certain amount of respect from all students. The students themselves had changed too. Where they'd been required to attend high school against their will, they were now free to attend or skip class at their own cost, be it financial or grade related. The discussion was suddenly colored differently by the inclusion of peripheral texts and secondary readings. Students brought various levels of familiarity with the canon and its context, and the conversation surrounding them constantly adapted in a way that high school discourse hadn't. The canon in high school was also considerably different from that of OSU's. The voices that I felt were neglected during my years at Central Crossing were in abundance at OSU, and I took as many of these courses as I could. The ability to specialize and focus your knowledge in college is one of the biggest draws and perhaps one of the greatest strengths of college itself. There is no knowledge that is useless if there is a class offered on it. While high school aims to standardize knowledge, college lets it become diversified and all-encompassing. General education courses slowly and subtly guide students into the specified area of research that they will enter into during their junior year. The courses are designed so that the student begins to choose their own pathway and find out what works for them and what doesn't. This is something that high school education could learn a lot from. If there was a wider standard of knowledge accepted as the criteria, then students in high school could be allowed to choose their area of focus at an earlier age and have a better understanding of what they'd like to study in post-secondary education.